World Health Organization has said that the deadly coronavirus outbreak that has spread from China does not yet constitute a pandemic. The officials at the WHO have informed that there was rapid spread of transmission in Hubei, but said the situation currently was not a pandemic. At least 479 people have died, with more than 20,000 confirmed cases around the world, most of them in China. Good morning, I'm Amit Mackerel, and these are the top stories this hour. Lawmakers urge the government to rescue and fly back the stranded Nepalese nationals from China. Government allocates 43 beds for coronavirus-infected patients. Trend of top government officials taking jobs at international organizations continues. Provision of the cooling period in the civil service bill still in limbo at the parliament. 65 people die of novel coronavirus in China's Hubei province on a single day on Tuesday. Death toll rises to 479. And defending champions India cruised to a 10-wicket win over arch rivals Pakistan to reach the Under-19 Cricket World Cup final for the 7th time. Lawmakers representing various parties have urged the government to rescue and fly back the stranded Nepalese nationals from novel coronavirus-hit area in China at the earliest. Speaking at the meeting of the House of Representatives yesterday, the lawmakers from both the ruling and the main opposition parties have said that the government should take serious initiative to fly back the stranded Nepalese nationals from China without further delay. Likewise, they stressed on the need of quarantine measures to stop the contamination of the virus once they arrive home.
संक्रमित नभएकाहरू त उही उपचार पद्धतिमा बस्लान् संक्रमित नभएका छोराछोरी नागरिक यहाँ भेट्न आतुर छन् त्यस कारणले अब छिटो अब डिले गर्न हुँदैन
छिटो भन्दा छिटो त्यहाँका विद्यार्थीहरूलाई यहाँ ल्याउनको लागि पहल कदमीको लागि तत्कालै के कदमहरू चलाइराखेको छ सरकारले जवाब चाहन्छ.
The lawmakers from the main opposition criticized the government for not being able to decide on the place for quarantine. Responding to the queries in the meeting, Health Minister Bhanubhakta Dhakal stated that the government should not be too worried in Nepal, and the people should not be too worried in Nepal of virus outbreak in China.
यो रोग त्यही उत्पत्ति भयो 17,000 मान्छे संक्रमित भए 361 जना नागरिकहरूले ज्यान गुमाउनु पर्यो हाम्रामा 13 जनालाई संक्रमितको आशंका गरेर परीक्षण गरियो 13 जनामा नेगेटिभ देखियो भनेपछि चीन सरकार जसरी नाच्छ त्यही तालमा हामीले खुट्टा उचाली हाल्नुपर्छ भन्ने कुरा नेपाल सरकार विश्वास गर्दैन किनभने हामीले हाम्रो आवश्यकताका आधारमा गर्ने हो.
Minister Dhakal hinted that the process of rescue is likely to take a few more days as transportation services in Wuhan are at a standstill and the medical checkup of those who want to come back home is mandatory. According to Minister Dhakal, those who will fly back home should be kept isolated as the contamination period of the virus is 2 to 14 days. However, the government is yet to identify the area for quarantine. Minister Dhakal said that the government would evaluate the risk of the contamination and then only release them from the quarantine procedures. Meanwhile, the government has allocated 43 beds in 3 hospitals for the coronavirus-infected patients. Organizing a press meet yesterday, the Health Ministry stated that the government has allotted 43 beds in Sukrara's Tropical and Infectious Disease Hospital, Peer Hospital, and Patan Hospital for the infected patients, as they have to be kept at least 6 feet away in isolation. According to the ministry, only 1 confirmed case has been known so far, whereas the result of the other 13 suspicious cases has turned out negative.
स्क्रिनिङ के हुन्छ भनेपछि ज्वरो आएको छ त्यो बाइ द वे कन्ट्याक्टमा छ हैन अहिलेको प्रोसेस के भने ज्वरो म चाइना गएको थिएँ म आज आएँ मलाई आज ज्वरो पनि छैन के पनि छैन म निस्के र भोलि मलाई ज्वरो आयो भने त्यो चाहिँ त्यसलाई बल्ल हामी सर्भिलेन्समा जान्छौँ र त्यसको कन्ट्याक्ट ट्रेसिङ गर्छौँ 80% लाई एकदम माइल्ड छ के अहिलेको यो चाहिँ कोरोना भनेको बाइ सेभरिटी हामीले के भने डिजिजलाई 4-5 वटा किसिमले हामीले क्लासिफाइड गर्छौँ.
The government has decided to construct a 300-bed hospital for the treatment of infectious diseases like coronavirus. The ministry has informed that the government is looking for space in the Kathmandu Valley and in Kabri for the construction of the hospital. Meanwhile, the World Health Organization (WHO) has said that the deadly coronavirus outbreak that has spread from China does not yet constitute a pandemic. Pandemic is a worldwide spread of a new disease, according to the WHO. Head of WHO's Global Infectious Hazard Preparedness Division, Sylvie Briand, acknowledged that there was rapid spread of transmission in Hubei, but said the situation currently was not a pandemic. At least 427 people have died, with more than 20,000 confirmed cases around the world, most of them in China. More than 24 nations have reported cases, but so far no confirmations have been made across Africa or Latin America. Officials say 469 people have died in China and one in Hong Kong. One death has also been confirmed in the Philippines. And time now for a short break. For more news, do stay with us. Welcome back after the break. The top-level bureaucrats have abused their post seeking attractive jobs in different organizations instead of fulfilling their responsibilities in their respective offices. The government has not taken any initiative to stop such malpractice in the governmental units. Moreover, the Federal Civil Service Act, which has the provision of cooling period of 2 years for the government officials after the retirement, is still in limbo at the Parliament. We have a report.
Secretary at the Agriculture Ministry, Yubak Dhos GC, resigned from his post in the third week of January, 2 years before the completion of his tenure. Secretary GC quit his job after confirming his new responsibility at the Food and Agriculture Organization, FAO, under the United Nations. Secretary GC had applied for the post while holding a government job. FAO recruited him to work in Thailand, providing him a monthly salary of 1.5 million rupees. The cabinet approved his resignation on Monday. This is not a new case in Nepalese bureaucracy. The then secretary at the Health Ministry, Pushpa Chaudhary, also quit from her post in October for a new job at the World Health Organization. The secretary is the topmost post in Nepalese bureaucracy. However, malpractice of seeking jobs at international organizations by abusing the post and taking advantage of public relations once being promoted to the secretary-level post has been established in Nepalese bureaucracy. The secretary leads the bureaucracy, which is often termed as permanent government. In many cases, the secretary is responsible for maintaining secrecy in confidential matters of the government. The government therefore has tabled the Federal Civil Service Bill in the State Affairs Committee under the House of Representatives with the provision of a cooling period for retired secretaries and joint secretaries who will be barred from joining any organizations for at least 2 years. FAO works in the agriculture and food sectors just like the Agriculture Ministry. The contact office of FAO in Nepal is the ministry itself. It is clear that Secretary GC took advantage of such contacts to confirm his job at FAO. With such a trend, the cooling period for retiring top officials of the bureaucracy is very relevant in the Nepalese context. If top officials are not bound legally, such a trend might never end in Nepalese bureaucracy.
It's time now for the international update. The health authority in Hubei province of China says that 65 people died of coronavirus in the province on Tuesday alone, raising the Hubei death toll since the beginning of the coronavirus outbreak to 479 people. This brings the global death toll to at least 490 victims, authorities confirmed an additional 3,156 cases of the virus in Hubei, where more than 50 million people live, which brings the total number of cases in the epicenter of the outbreak to 16,678. A total of 12,627 patients have been hospitalized in the province, including 771 who are in critical condition, according to the health authority. The global number of confirmed coronavirus cases is now well over 24,000. And time now for another short break. For more news, do stay with us. In our Public Voice segment, we asked the locals of Rukum district how have they found the situation of the Human Rights Commission. Let's take a look at what they had to say.
Public Voice.
महिला हिंसाका घटनाहरू पनि दिनदिनै बढिराखेका छन्। त्यसमा अहिले हाम्रो जिल्लामा यो पछिल्लो 1 वर्षमा महिला र बालबालिकामा जबरजस्ती करनी प्रयासका घटना मात्रै 17 वटा छन्। यो स्थिति राम्रो होइन।
यिनी मामिलामा मैले चाहिँ जनचेतनाको अभाव देखेको छु। किनभने चाहिँ त्यो उनीहरूलाई सचेतना गराउनु पर्ने कुरा चाहिँ अहिले त राज्यले चाहिँ पहल गर्नुपर्छ।
दूरदराज बस्तीका महिलाहरूलाई झन् चेतनाको अवस्था थाहा नभएर बाल विवाह गर्ने बीचबीचमा उहाँहरूको अवस्था एकदम नाजुक भएको अवस्था छ र महिलाको अवस्था हेर्दा हामी यो मानव अधिकारसँग जोड्दा महिलाहरू एकदम नाजुक अवस्थामा हुनुहुन्छ।
यहाँ चाहिँ प्रथा र परम्पराको नाममा पनि केही समस्याहरू चाहिँ छन् र संस्कार र संस्कृतिजन्य समस्याहरू पनि छन्। त्यो भित्र अब लैङ्गिक हिंसाका समस्याहरू पनि छन् र जातीय हिसाबले पनि ठुलो जातले सानो जातलाई अब हिंसा गरिरहेको अवस्था चाहिँ छ।
It's time now for our segment Public Pulse, where you text us with your opinion.
Public Pulse.
And the question is, what to say on the trend of public officials seeking jobs at international organizations? And the options are A. Abusing the post, B. Personal freedom, and C. Taking advantage of unclear law. The voting is on. Type NAWS, select your option A, B, or C, and send it to 34001 to share your opinion with us. Now the sports update.
Sports news.
Defending champions India cruised to a 10-wicket win over our rivals Pakistan to reach the Under-19 Cricket World Cup final for the 7th time in the quarter-final last night. India, the record 4-time winners of the 100-race competition, dismissed Pakistan for 172 in 43.1 overs before comfortably knocking off the runs with 88 balls to spare. India will play either New Zealand or Bangladesh, who meet in the second semi-final for the title at the same venue on Sunday. Pakistan will contest the third-place playoff in Benoni on Saturday. Yashasvi Jaiswal struck an unbeaten 105 of 113 balls, completing his century and sealing the victory in style with a 6-over deep mid-wicket. A youthful Liverpool side defeated Shrewsbury Town 1-0 in the FA Cup fourth round replay at Anfield last night. Rosan Williams' 75-minute own goal for the League One club gave the Reds the lead in the lively and entertaining contest and ultimately settled matters on Merseyside. Shrewsbury had earlier had an effort from Sound Wale ruled out by VAR after he was deemed to be offside when he nodded and following Comhin Keller's initial save from David Edwards. Nevertheless, Liverpool's starlets fully embraced their opportunity and duly set up a fifth-round meeting with Chelsea at Stamford Bridge next month. With Under-23's manager Neil Griselli at the helm, the host fielded a lineup with an average age of 19 years and 109 days, the youngest ever starting 11 in the club's history. Nepal is clashing against Oman in this morning in the first match of the triangular series under World Cup League 2. The match is scheduled to start at 9:30 a.m. at the Hirvan University Cricket Ground in Kantipur. Nepal will start its three-year cycle of League 2 through today's match against Oman. Nepal is playing against Oman for the first time in 50-over format, but the two sides have faced each other in the shorter format. Since 2013, Nepal has been winless against Oman, which has qualified to play in the T20 World Cup. In its last match against Oman at 2018 World Cup Division 2, Nepal has suffered defeat by 6 wickets. The Nepalese team has been making significant improvement in the bowling department. Skipper Gyanendra Malla and former skipper Paras Kharkar are likely to open the batting for Nepal. It's time now for our special segment, Laugh Out Loud.
The country is celebrating Visit Nepal Year 2020. With just over a month into the new year, the country has already suffered a number of setbacks. Our objective here is not to make fun of the adverse circumstances, but last Tuesday, when the newly appointed Speaker Agni Sapkota was being congratulated and top-notch leaders speaking about the current affairs, the main opposition leader, Sher Bahadur Deuba, became the subject of public ridicule one more time. The main opposition leader, Sherbahadur Deuba, now has developed a knack of drawing all the attention for wrong reasons, and he did it again last Tuesday. Prime Minister KP Sharma Oli, during his address, said that the country has been jolted in its effort to make Visit Nepal Year a success. Premier Oli was simply referring to the deadly coronavirus outbreak in China, which is bound to curtail the flow of Chinese tourists in Nepal. Prime Minister Oli, by using the term jolted, was also trying to indicate to the unfortunate deaths of the Indian tourist in a resort in Daman recently. Sadly, leader Deuba misunderstood the term jolted, taking it in a political level, and kept on emphasizing on the term, demanding Oli to further explain the term. The scenario turned out to be quite embarrassing at the distinguished parliament. This is Amar Singh Pradhan for Laugh Out Loud and Kantipur News Desk.
And before we wrap up, a reminder of the top stories. Lawmakers urge the government to rescue and fly back the stranded Nepalese nationals from China. Government allocates 43 beds for coronavirus-infected patients. Trend of top government officials taking jobs at international organizations continues. Provision of cooling period in the civil service bill still in limbo at the parliament. 65 people die of novel coronavirus in China's Hubei province on a single day on Tuesday. Death toll rises to 490. And defending champions India cruised to a 10-wicket win over ARC rivals Pakistan to reach the Under-19 Cricket World Cup final for the 7th time. And that's all for this hour. Keep watching Kantipur Television SD for more news and entertainment. Have a good day.